You know, when I realized that Edgar Wright was directing this, I was like, yes, yes, yes. But then I watched it, and I was like, you know, it's good, but you can do so much better. So last night in Soho is basically this, like, aspiring fashion designer. Is like, she's going to, like, she wants to go to London, like, pursue her dream. She comes from a small town. And then she's kind of, like, schizophrenic, even though they don't say it. She can see, like, people, like, she sees, like, her mom in, like, the mirror. But she's been able to, like, kind of see this woman's life from the 1960s, whereas her dream is to have lived in the 60s. And she can kind of see, like, how her life, she basically can see her life and kind of live in her shoes, which I think is kind of cool. Now, it was all glamorous at first, but then it kind of gets a twist when the woman that she's visiting's life gets a bit more dark, and she starts getting some real life consequences from, like, the real woman. Like, even one moment where the woman from the 60s was stabbed, she had blood on herself. She's kind of having this transfusion between two time frames that are converging to one, and then slowly, in her own real life, she's starting to go, like, more and more insane because all these things are happening to her that happened to her, and basically, fantasy is blurring reality. So, you know, I really did like, I did like this film, but I don't think they should have made it horror. Like, halfway through the movie, they tried to make one scary scene, and I was like, oh, right, this is a horror movie. This is a horror movie, that's right. But it doesn't have to be a horror movie. Like, they tried to force it because they had already, I guess, sticking to their original plan. Yeah, I do think having the horror aspect that was very vaguely put into it really, like, lowered the quality of the film kind of slightly. Honestly, this movie is, like, it's a good movie with bad moments, and that's what makes it really kind of disappointing. Like, in comparison to Edgar Wright's other movies like Baby Driver, Shaun of the Dead, like, almost perfect for a movie. It's, like, really good. Hot Fuzz. But, like, this one, it still has the same elements, so you have really strong individual scenes, but then you have, like, these weak moments throughout that are just, like, and especially near the end, the ending kind of falls apart a little bit. Not completely, I'm not gonna lie. It still kind of ties together, but it was kind of you knew what the ending was gonna be, or at least the big twist, a lot of, like, 20 minutes or like 15 minutes before it happens, which doesn't really give that whole twist effect. Of course, you don't know for sure, but when it happens, you're like, yeah, I could see it coming. And, like, when the whole scene is set up, it's like, there's no, like, huge whoa that they were going for. But I don't know. I think overall, this film is, like, around a 7.5 out of 10. It has really strong moments. The actors, overall, like, the main actress who plays the girl did a really good job. Like, very good, strong performance. And he always picks, like, strong leads, like in Baby Driver, when he had that actor play it. This one he picked very good. Also, the boyfriend is not a simp, and I love that so much. And he's very relatable, and he's, like, normal. Like, you don't have to have, like, the, okay, I guess he's not the boyfriend or whatever. You know, the love interest. The love interest doesn't have to be, like, this, like, super, like, passion, like, white knight, like, oh, Prince Charming hero. Like, no. He's, like, a regular dude, and he wants to do everything he can to help her. And, like, he tries to help and fails, and that's the thing. Where it's like a lot of these times in movies is like you have a love interest that is like, oh, very successful, but no, someone who's trying their best to help you and fails is worth almost potentially even more than someone who just tries and then helps you easily. Like, it shows more love and passion if you have someone that is, like, doing everything they can and they still don't come up all the way to help you. And then of course, I do think, and I don't want to spoil too much, he was rendered useless a little bit quickly, but it's okay. Either way, I hope the next movies that he make, He's usually, we have a stepping stone down from his films. Hopefully he can rebound a little bit. Still not bad. Still not bad. I still recommend watching it. But, you know, still some good scenes. But, you know, just the bad moments. I'll see you in the next one.